Unit 26. Gateway. Human speech differs from the cries of other species in many ways. One very important distinction is that all other animals use one call for one message as the general principle of communication. This means that the number of possible messages is very restricted. If a new message is to be included in the system, a new sound has to be introduced too. After the first few tens of sounds, it becomes difficult to invent new distinctive sounds, and also to remember them for the next time they are needed. Human speech builds on the principle of combining a restricted number of sounds into an unlimited number of messages. In a typical human language, there are something like 30 or 40 distinctive speech sounds. These sounds can be combined into chains to form a literally unlimited number of words. Even a small child, who can communicate by only one word at a time, uses a system for communication that is infinitely superior to any system utilized by any other animal. In animal cries, each call represents a different message, which limits the number of possible messages, whereas human language creates an unlimited number of messages using a finite set of distinctive sounds. Exercises. Number 1. You may have noticed that language has a variety of actual and potential uses. Marvel for just a moment at the flexibility, utility, and power of language as a set of tools. Language can be used to describe the world or some part of it, pose problems, suggest solutions, issue orders, make agreements, tell stories, tell jokes, sing songs, exchange greetings, buy things, sell things, make friends, insult enemies, and so on. Can language be said to serve any specific single essential function amid all this variety? Remember that humans are social animals. Our chances of survival and of flourishing are greatly enhanced by association with others of our kind. We do much better in groups than as individuals. This places a high premium on cooperation and coordination with others. Thus, the essential function, as well as the functional essence, of language would seem to be communication. What exactly is communication? Communication is what we do to achieve common understanding, essential to cooperation and coordination among two or more sentient beings. Number 2. Texts must be interpreted, that is, analyzed for both explicit and implicit meanings. Since it is impossible to know with any certainty what an author intends, one alternative is to discount the intentions of the author and concentrate on whatever meaning the text generates. As D.H. Lawrence famously declared, "Never trust the teller, trust the tale." New criticism in the 20th century would reject the notion that deciphering an author's intention is a central goal of literature. Literature, they argued, is not a secret message planted by the author to be decoded, but a dynamic field of multiple meanings generated because of, despite, and indeed regardless of the author. In this model, literature is a textual world that the author has set in motion, but does not control. The reader controls the text through interpretation. Number 3. It is fascinating to watch an artist striving to achieve the right balance. But if we were to ask him why he did this or changed that, he might not be able to tell us. He does not follow any fixed rules. He just feels his way. It is true that some artists or critics in certain periods have tried to formulate laws of their art, but it always turned out that poor artists did not achieve anything when trying to apply these laws, while great masters could break them and yet achieve a new kind of harmony no one had thought of before. When the great English painter, Sir Joshua Reynolds, explained to his students in the Royal Academy that blue should not be put into the foreground of paintings, but should be reserved for the distant backgrounds, for the fading hills on the horizon, his rival Thomas Gainsborough, so the story goes, wanted to prove that such academic rules are usually nonsense. He painted the famous Blue Boy, whose blue costume in the central foreground of the picture stands out triumphantly against the warm brown of the background.